Good evening, everybody. This is BJ Garcia with South Texas Select Showcase. I'm here in Yorktown, Texas with JB Brown.
Hello, everybody.
JB's here, of course, a two-time state finalist from Refugio, one-time state champion, and we're going to talk to him in a little bit about his experiences through both state championships once we get to preview the Refugio and Mark game. We're going to go down the list of the state championship games and give you our picks for every single game. And we're going to start off with 6A Division 1. We've got Allen and Lake Travis. Of course, Allen is who they are. Lake Travis with what some people considered an upset win over Katy last week down there in San Antonio. And this should be a really good game, 3 o'clock on Saturday. And I'm going to make my picks. I'm going to have JB make his as well. And then, like I said, once we get to Refugio and Martin, we're going to delve a little bit more into things. So, in this game, I'm going to go with an upset again, as Lake Travis has beaten Judson. They've beaten Katy, and I'm going to say they're going to beat Allen as well. What you got, JB?
I'm going to have to go with Allen on this one.
All right, he's going to have to go with Allen, so we're going to have to disagree on this one, and that's probably going to happen a few more times while we're here tonight. Class 6A Division 2, Cypress Fairbanks making their first appearance in the state championship game, taking on Hewitt Midway. This will be a Saturday night, the nightcap, the final game there at AT&T Stadium. Both teams undefeated, and I'm going to go with Hewitt Midway in this game.
I'm going to have to go with Cypress on this one.
Man, that's another one that we're going to disagree on. Of course, JB here with us, we'd like to welcome him. A little bit of his background, like I said, played for 2 titles. He's been at TOU for 4 years now, 2-year all-conference. And once we get done with this stuff, we're going to, get a little bit into his career and his experiences in high school and in college, and some advice that he has for the young people that are that want to go on and play college ball. So now, 5A Division 1, Highland Park and Manville. Of course, Highland Park, the defending champion. Manville's just run through everybody throughout the playoffs. So after the beatdown that Manville put on Angleton last week, I'm going to go with Manville in this one, beating Highland Park.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Manville too on this one.
Oh, looks like we finally agreed on something. We'll see how many more we get like that. So 5A Division 2, Aledo and College Station. I don't know how anybody can pick against Aledo. College Station, again, has been playing really, really well. But I'm going to go with the orange and black, and we're going to see what JB says on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Aledo on this one too.
All right. So 4A Division 1, Kennedale and Carthage. Carthage is a team that everybody believed was going to be there when the season started. It's a team that I had picked to win it all after their win over Region 4 team last week. And Kennedale coming in at 14-1 in this game. And I'm going to stick with this and go with Carthage. That was the pick to start the year, and that's what we're going to stay with now too.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Carthage on this one too.
Now 4A Division 2. West Orange Star, 3-time defending state champions, right? Going for a 4-peat. 13-0, undefeated, and Texarkana Pleasant Grove, who they've played really well in the playoffs. There's going to be an upset every year, and I'm going to go with Pleasant Grove in this game. JB's over here shaking his head at me, so I already know who he's going to pick. So I'm going to go with Pleasant Grove in this one in a tight game. Probably less than, I'm going to say about a 6-point game in this one.
I think West Orange Star is going to open it up.
They're going to open it up. So West Orange Star big.
Yeah, I think about at least 21.
Oh man! All right, at least 21. So yeah, I don't know. We'll definitely have to wait till Friday afternoon to see how that one turns out Friday night. So 3A Division 1, Brock and Rockdale. I saw Rockdale play last week against Yoakum on Friday night. They're a big team. Their quarterback is really good. Their running back is good. Brock, has been to a couple of state titles a few years ago, stopped Cameron Yo's streak of winning state titles. And in this one, I'm going to go with Brock. I'm going to go with the Eagles over Rockdale.
I'm going to have to go with Rockdale on this one.
So he's going to stay with Rockdale. I know you said earlier that you have a buddy that you play ball with that's from Rockdale, so maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, pretty much part of it.
Okay, he might be messing up his thinking, but JB's going to go with Rockdale. So 3A Division 2, Gunter and Newton, both 14-0. The game is going to be Thursday night, 7 p.m. At Cowboy Stadium. When you look at Gunter, you look at they've got running back that has over 1,000 yards rushing. Newton has one that has almost 2,000 yards rushing. So there's going to be a lot of offense in this game. Newton, of course, beat Bowling last week. Vernon Jackson had a really good game. It just wasn't enough for Bowling to come out on top. And in this one, I'm gonna stay up north, and I'm gonna go with Gunter in this game over Newton. All right, so JB's gonna go with Newton. So, 2A Division 1, this is Martin Refugio. We're going to skip over this game right now because we're going to get a little bit more into it here after we finish the rest of our picks. So, 2A Division 2, Munster and Tenaha. Of course, Tenaha coming out of East Texas, 15-0, just absolutely ran roughshod over Burton. Munster with a tough win over Wellington. They're a big team, but I'm going to go with athletes in this one. I'm going to go with East Texas, and I'm going to go with Tenaha over Munster in this one.
Yeah, I think we'll go with Tenaha.
So, now 2 surprises. I don't think JB knew, but he's going to have to pick 6-man games. I'm not sure what he knows about 6-man. I know I don't know a whole lot, but they are fun to watch. I did get to watch them last year on TV, and hopefully I can get up there early enough tomorrow to catch some of the 1A Division 2 games with Borden County and Jonesboro in the first game tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'm going to go with Borden County. I have no idea who is going to win, but that's who I'm going to go with.
Yeah, I have no clue. Neither one of those teams. I'm going to go with the first team.
Are you going to go with Borden County also? All right. So in the second one, which starts at 2 o'clock, I'm going to try to get up there and watch Balmorea and Strawn. Balmorea, I'm going to go with them. Saw them at the state championship game last year. Of course, it was on TV when I saw it. They were an exciting team coming out there from West Texas. They have that Balmorea Springs or whatever it is. People go swimming out there in the swimming hole, and because of that, I'm going to go with Balmorea over Strong.
I have no clue either what the 2 teams are, but I'm going to go with Balmorea too.
All right, so he's going to go with Balmorea also. So now, going back to Refugio and Martin. JB, of course, you played in 2 state championship games in 2011 with a win over Cisco, and in 2013 when Cisco beat Refugio in the rematch in 2011, the senior laden team, where you had, Vince Hopper, you did it all. You had a bunch of sophomores with you. Travis Quintanilla was a sophomore, a bunch of y'all. And then you looked at Mason, who was a young team at that point, and then Mason Reed coming back and leading that team as a senior. So what was it like, the preparation leading up to those games, knowing that it was a short week, it was a travel all the way to Dallas, and how did things differ from how they normally would during the regular season?
Well, when you're traveling to those games and you stay the night, I think in 2011 we played the early game. I think it was 12 o'clock. So it came quick. You was up in the morning, you was ready to play. With the 2013 game, we played at 8 o'clock, I think, and we stayed at the hotel for a while, relaxed and all that. But when you got to the game, it just took a while for us to. You couldn't just get up and get ready to play. You had to wait. You had to watch every other game. And I know people like watching the game, but our person was ready just to get it over with. Let's play. Let's warm up. Let's get it started. And I feel like during the season, you show you leave school at 3, game at 7:30. It's quick to come. You're ready to play right there. I'm not a big fan of waiting long to play. I feel like people get tensed up. They start thinking too much. I'm the type of guy where just get out there and get going. Let's play.
Okay, and I know that was one of the things with the 4 games on that Thursday, that one day. I remember. I believe Shiner had the first game, and then it was Fall City had the next game, and then that was the Cameron Yo Wall game, and then Refugio and Rogers. And with the 4 games, that's one of the things they've changed this year. Of course, that's why Refugio and Martin are playing tomorrow night, because it did make for a long day. I know you were scheduled to start at 8 o'clock, and it was almost like 9 o'clock by the time the game actually kicked off. And that's one of the things you're speaking about. As far as like the preparation, again, it's a short week. Did the preparation change, like with Coach Harry and Coach Cox and the rest of the coaches, as far as the way that they went about things in the daily routine? Like, were things shortened up, more compact, or how did that work?
Yeah, I think it's been a while, but I think back when we played, we showed up maybe that I think that Saturday. I think we had practice. Or it was Monday, either way. It was a short week, and the first day we went over a lot more plays than we usually do. Usually just a walkthrough, not much of a thinking day. It's just like we just getting certain plays down and that. But we had almost a full play script ready. We actually had like almost like a Wednesday practice. Like, it was very intense practice, even if we didn't have pads on. And I feel like we handled it very well. You know, being a young team with not a lot of seniors. And yeah, it was a short week, and I think we got all the plays we need to get done. I think we had a pretty good setup ready to go play.
Okay. Now, once, of course, you graduated from Frio, you went on to TOU, and you got plenty of time as a freshman. And, last 2 years, like I said, all conference wide receiver. You had an injury in there in between. But how is it different? Like, for a kid that's out there listening to this that wants to go play college football or any type of college athletics, what are some of the things that they need to prepare for and some of the things that are going to be different whenever they get to the next level?
The most thing I found difficult was learning different coverages. Because in high school, I mean, a lot of teams just run man, or maybe like a cover two. But in college, you see all type: cover 6 cloud, cover 3 cloud, cover 4, Tampa. There's just a lot more coverages we had to learn. That's one thing I had a hard time learning as a freshman was like, okay, I'm in this. If they're in this coverage, what I do. If they're in this coverage, what I do. And it really, like, you learn that early, it really helps you be successful.
Okay. Now, academic-wise, of course, you were a good student. Good grades, good test scores, and everything. Were able to get there to TOU, get some scholarship money. How is the academic schedule different in college? Is it more rigorous, more strenuous, or is it a little bit easier in some instances?
Well, when I came in as a freshman, we were only allowed 12 hours. So like, you came in, you had 2 classes, Monday, Wednesday, and 2 classes Tuesday and Thursday, and maybe one Friday. Maybe one of those classes lasted until Friday or something like that. But it was pretty easy. It's just hard keeping yourself. You have to keep, stay on yourself. Okay, I gotta study. I gotta turn my grades in. You don't have mama there. You don't have daddy there to tell you what to do. And in some cases, kids take lenient ways and be able to go, do other things instead of studying what they need to be doing. So that's one thing people found very hard was to stay academically. Like, you have to keep on yourself about the grades and homework and stuff.
Okay, and like the off season, I know like in Refugio, like you ran track in the spring. I know you played a little bit of basketball and stuff before, but in college it was strictly football. And during the spring, how was that different as far as the strength and conditioning programs, the intensity of it as compared to at the high school level?
Really, it's hard. It's hard. As a freshman, you come in, it's hard the first year of your strength and conditioning, whatever it is. You wake up early, 6 o'clock, and you just get to work. And sometimes, you don't want to get up. Sometimes it is hard to get up. And I mean, the coaches ask a lot of you, and it's all football. It's no track, no basketball, no baseball involved. It's all football. So everything you do is all football. And at first, you might not know a lot of the lifts, but you learn it. I was blessed to have Coach Cam that played college football, so like the lifts we were doing in high school, in college, I was already used to it. I did in high school, so that's what kind of put me above other freshmen. Was I already knew the lift. I knew I could put weight on. I knew I could do it right. I think nowadays the concept of weightlifting has changed, and a lot of high school are doing college lifts. So I think a lot of kids are ready for that. The hard thing is just getting up early and getting it done.
Okay. So now to the Refugio Mart game. I know who you're going to pick in this one probably, but we're going to go over a few things. So you look at what Refugio did last year, and this was the game everybody wanted to see. Everybody wanted to see Martin Refugio, and then of course Crawford took Mart out in the 2A regional finals, and of course went on and Refugio beat Crawford 23-20 on a field goal to win the game. But when you looked at what Refugio did last year, of course, people saw, and it was talked about the other day, Jacoby Avery literally left everything on the field, blood, sweat, and tears, and guts. Literally, it was on TV. He changed positions this year. I know that you played a lot of running back and receiver. How was it different from, switching positions during the middle of the game? Because, of course, you look at the Wascom game, I remember you had 2 sweeps that went for like 40 and 50 yards for touchdowns, yet all the games before you were mainly at the slot receiver position. So, with Jacoby this year completely changing, and yes, he does go back to the quarterback position on a lot of the power I formations and a lot of the counters and things like that. But how is that switching like in the middle of the game and going from one position to the other?
Really, Jacoby is an athlete. He's a stud. I watched the kid grow forever. He can play any position you want him to, really. And I think he's football savvy enough where he understands every position on the field. I think honestly, he can. If you wanted him to hike the ball, he'll know who to block and where to do all that stuff. Really, pass protection, all of it. So for him, I think it's easy. I think he gets it. Running back, whatever it is, quarterback. I feel like he can do it all by himself if he needed to.
Okay. When you look at Mark, you look at their running back, their quarterback. I know the quarterback, I believe, is thrown for over 2,000 yards. Running back is either pretty close or has rushed for more than 2,000 yards. Refugio has faced, a physical team in Mason 2 weeks ago with San Augustine, a very athletic team, a big team. Running back, KJ Davis, but their wide receivers were 6'1", 6'2", 6'2", and Refugio was able to overcome their athleticism and their size, and even with Mason, their physicality. Do you think that playing teams like Navarro and Edna, Goliad, those teams have helped Refugio prepare for the physicality of playing a team like Mason, who is probably as physical but not as big?
Yeah, I feel like playing really physical teams, like like I say, not bigger, but like 3A teams, bigger teams that help you get ready for, people that are more physical and, like the run game and this and that. Because when I was playing, we had a hard time with physical teams. We were more of a, if you pass the ball, we stopped it. But if you run at us, it was kind of hard because we're smaller than others. But I feel like this team is very physical and everybody, knows their techniques, know where to play. And I think they all have that. Well, we like to say until you a dog in you and they know how to play.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing you need to have is like you gotta have that dog in you. You gotta be nasty. You gotta be physical. And I feel like the Courier defense has that.
Well, and defensively, I know that, you look at Trey Upton, you look at Armani Brown, and I don't know that there's a game all year that anyone's really controlled Armani. I think he's done a lot of what he wants to. Of course, there's a reason that he has an offer with Syracuse. I know people say, well, how come nobody in Texas is offered or anything like that? Well, somebody from the Northeast comes and offers you. They see something that maybe nobody else has. But at 6'3", 250 pounds, what he's been able to do with the nose guard position, and then they moved him to defensive end. So when you were playing, if you were in the backfield and you see somebody like that on the other side, what does that do to like the play calling? Do you say, you know what, we're going to try to run right at him, or we're going to try to run away from him and hope they don't string it out, because he is fast and he will make plays from behind?
I believe we played Mason Reed. We ran away from him. It kind of cuts down the amount of plays you can run because you only can pick one side of the field. So maybe if he's on the wide side of the field, you run to the short side of the field. Well, that's easier to maintain and to hold right there at the short side of the field because you have the sideline to work with. So I feel like Monty has that mental thing on everybody where, okay, he's big, he's huge, he's a really good player. Let's run away from him. Well, then that brings him out towards the sideline or wherever he's playing at, to other players that can make plays. So if you put somebody just as good as Monty on the other side that they don't really talk about, he's going to have a game either way.
And I know the secondary for Refugio a couple of years ago, when you looked at that Canadian game, I mean, they picked that secondary apart. The secondary was young at that point. Jamel Lafon now is the leader in that secondary. You look at Jake Tinsman, who's a solid size player. Probably 5'11", maybe almost 6 foot, about 180 pounds. When you look at how that defense has evolved since that Canadian game, which was a blowout, it was. Everybody saw it. Everybody was like, man, this isn't what happens at Refugio. It happened, before that with Cisco. Those two teams were good. I mean, they were really good. There was a reason they were state champions. But you look at how the kids that were on that team have changed, how they're more physical. How does that happen? Like, how do you think that just happened, where the switch just flipped and all of a sudden they want to hit people?
I think that happens with just losing that bad. You lose that bad, it takes something. You don't want to ever feel that way again. I feel like Coach Cam has done a really good job with the weight program at Refugio. And I think they put on a lot of size this year, and they're really fast. And Jamel always has been that kid growing up. He's gonna hit somebody. He's not scared of nothing. He's not scared of contact. So I think him being like that, everybody else feeds off that. And I think he really has led the way for that team. For that defense.
Well, and of course, Jared Kelly is a sophomore right now, and Travis was a sophomore in 2011. Here we are, 6 years later, with experienced wide receivers, the same thing he had, with experienced running back, same thing he had. It's almost as if it's history repeats itself. that defense, of course, was physical with Donald Trevino, Jake Herford, Richard Tuttle, Justin Padilla, Corey Brown. They were physical. And it seems like that's the type of defense this is. And, they always say defense wins championships. And, they talked about the St. Augustine game that, they beat that team up, physically. Do you think they can do that tomorrow?
Oh yeah, definitely. If they play the way they did last week, this game it'll be a good game, but they'll take a couple of hits, and I think they'll be ready to call it clean. That's what they tell you to do. Let's say not empower, but take away their will to play. I feel like you do that on defense. You hit them every play, every down. Eventually, they get tired.
All right. So with that, we've talked about Refugio. We've talked a little bit about Mark. And this is again preseason 1 versus 2. I believe that's what Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine had. I know some of the other ones. Refugio was 1. Mark and Refugio have been no worse than 5 or 6 in the AP poll. Of course, both took losses early in the season to very good teams. And again, this is the game everybody wanted to see last year, and here we are a year later. So, who do you have in this game?
I have Refugio by 14.
Refugio by 14. Okay. I have Refugio also. I think that, again, like you said, if they play like they did the last 2 weeks, and they're able to be physical and establish the line of scrimmage and dominate at the point of attack, I believe that they can wear Martin down. Mart's a very, very good team. They're not here by accident. They've been blowing people out. I believe every one of the statistical categories, I think, as far as points, yards, offense, defense, Mart actually ranks ahead of Refugio by sometimes it's 1-2, sometimes it's 3-4, sometimes 2-4. So they're very, very close, very, very similar teams. But I'm with you. I'm going to go with Mart in this one as well. So, sorry, I'm going to go with Refugio in this one. My apologies. I'm going to go with Refugio in this one. So, again, to recap, we've gone over, all the games. Refugio was the lone South Texas team left, carrying the torch for everybody south of I-10 down in this area. And, good luck to the Bobcats tomorrow. You talked about Coach Cam, offensive coordinator Cameron Cox, the job that he's done, the impact that he's had on you. And, so good luck to Coach Herring, the Bobcats, and everybody else. Everybody safe travels to Dallas tomorrow. And I will see y'all there, and good luck.